They say hip-hop is our culture. Do you believe that? You believe hip-hop is your culture? So you believe our culture is to get on the corner right here and start twerking?
What kind of culture tells our young women she gotta sleep with the whole damn industry in order to make it? People, the true image of Christ is that racism. Is it racism?
No.
No, she knows her identity. She knows her lineage, but we don't. They asked you a question just now, and we don't have sisters like you left out here anymore. You said you're a virgin, right?
Yeah.
All right. So music out here, what do you think music encouraged? That this hip-hop community, you got Sexy Red, what do you think she encouraged young women to do?
To get out there in the streets and do what they do.
And defile themselves, right? So now that you're here and you're listening, we really want you to remember what we're telling you, because you should be losing your virginity to who? A husband. And God speaks on that. Read that.
Exodus chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her.
So if a man entice, kick game to a young lady that is not promised to anybody, go ahead,
he shall surely endure her to be his wife.
We don't see that in our communities. When men sleep with young women, do they marry them? They don't do that. And this is where, like you said, this is where the term baby mama and baby daddy comes in.
Because we didn't listen to the law of God. So you gotta be patient. Finish your education, right? Go to school. I know you said you was torn between two households, but you at that age where you're able to make sound decisions. Do you think anything that we told you so far is bad? We're not telling you anything bad. We're telling you how to conduct yourself as a young lady that respects God, and eventually He's gonna bless you for that, for living the way you're living. Don't defile yourself with young brothers that are full of lust and promiscuity out here. So the law of God said anytime that would ever happen, you lay down with a young man, that young man is to be your husband. Read on. Read that again.
Exodus chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endure her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuse.
You see that? Do young people ask their parents permission to sleep around with each other? They don't do that. They go behind their backs. That's because the parents themselves are not teaching the kids the laws. Our parents didn't teach us the laws, so we out here living in promiscuity because we don't know what God required of you. I remember the brother, the officer before told you, you got to fear God. Why is it important to fear God? Think about it. God loves us all, but the Bible said we have to fear Him. Why do you think so?
I really don't know.
You really don't know? All right. So, when you was younger, right? You was around your father?
Yeah.
When he tells you to do something and you didn't do it, what happened?
We got in trouble.
Punishment? You like punishment?
I never got on punishment.
You never got on punishment. All right, you was a favorite. You never got on punishment. All right. So, most children not gonna go against what their parents say for the fear of punishment. This is the same way it is with God. If you don't fear God, you do something wrong, there's gonna be a judgment for it, right? Where you at? Go ahead, read.
Psalms chapter 111 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do His commandments.
So we gave you a few commandments while you were here. One of them was the dress apparel. Don't wear pants because God don't like that. The dress are beautiful. Let me ask you a question. You're gonna know the answer to this. What do princesses wear? What are you? Of course. So you got to get into that modest apparel. Because all a princess is supposed to be a beautiful image of a woman, right? So you could wear a dress. So The reason why you're going to fear the Lord is because if you don't listen to him, there's judgment. We told you it's good to be a virgin. Don't be sleeping around with brothers. Don't let no brothers take your mind. Give me that in Deuteronomy. What happens?
What?
The plagues and disease. Our people will be cursed
if we don't listen to God's laws. All right? If our young sisters don't adhere to not to sleep around and be modest and dress modest, God is going to curse you. I'm going to show you in the Bible the curse that plagues our community because our young women don't listen to the truth. 60, Deuteronomy 28, 59. Stop for 59. This is what happens in our community. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful.
Then the Lord will make your plagues wonderful. Does plague sound like a nice thing? If you plague with a disease, you don't want that. Do we have a lot of plague disease out here today in Philadelphia? Of course. Name me one. Chlamydia. What else?
STDs.
And other STDs. What else?
It's a
Give me the
couple
heavy
words, and
hitters.
I can't even think about it.
HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis. That's what's out here.
And brothers quickly want to grab a sister from the corner. They just met her, but they want to bring her to his bed. You just met a brother, just because he got a nice car, you want to bring him to, you want to go to his house. Meanwhile, that brother has been cursed by God for not obeying him. He already got the plague. Now, if you disobey, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to fall victim also. So that's why these things we're telling you is not because we feel like we're better than anybody. We didn't know these things. Now that we know them, we know we're not going to be plagued. Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 59.
Read.
Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful.
Who will make them wonderful?
And the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful.
That's why you have to fear God, because God is going to make sure you get that STD. God is going to make sure you get that chlamydia. God is going to make sure you get that HIV. Why? Because you're promiscuous, you're not dressing modest, you're enticing older men. You whatever you want to be out here like Sexy Red with a red wig, and that wig is expensive. You don't have a job, you don't have an education. So women that don't adhere to these laws, that got all these vain lusts, they're gonna get plagued. Read on.
And the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuous, and sore sickness.
And what?
And sore sickness.
And what?
And sore sickness.
They got one out here called a blue waffle. The woman's private literally turns blue with green stuff on there. The Lord said, I'm going to continue making your plagues worse and worse. Now, I don't know about you, sis. We don't wish that on anybody. But this is why we fear God, so we don't end up in a hospital with some incurable disease.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why what we're saying is not to go against our community, is to wake them up. White society, white supremacy give us all these images of movies and hip-hop. They say hip-hop is our culture. Do you believe that? You believe hip-hop is your culture? So you believe our culture is to get on a corner right here and start twerking?
No.
That's part of hip-hop culture. Do you believe your culture has to do with you sleeping with multiple men to get a record deal? What kind of culture is that?
What kind of culture tells our young women she gotta sleep with the whole damn industry in order to make it, in order to be a superstar? That is not our culture. You see what I'm saying? So we don't like to hear our people talk about hip-hop culture. Hip-hop culture is gonna get you plagued. It's gonna get you some kind of disease. Read on.
Verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all these diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of. And they shall cleave unto thee, also every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law.
So God said every sickness and every plague, that's not even written in the Bible. He's going to put on our people for being disobedient, for being promiscuous, for not dressing in a modest apparel. You understand, my sister? And I know you've experienced some of these things out here. And this is why we out here, to encourage our people to come back to the laws of God. Our culture is really the laws of God.
That's our heritage. Give me that in Jeremiah 17. That's really our heritage. But the white man changed that around. He gave us hip-hop culture. He wants us to know hip-hop is our heritage. That our young women should be looking like hoes out here in these streets. But that's not what God says. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4.
Read.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
We discontinued from our real inheritance, my sister. You know, one of the good things we probably kept out of all this is only soul food. That's the only thing the black community has ever kept out their heritage, is the food. That's it. Knowing who they are, they forgot. Knowing how they're supposed to dress, they forgot. Knowing how they're supposed to talk, behave, they forgot. That's why Jeremiah said we'll be discontinued from our heritage. Now, is it important to bring back that heritage, my sister? That heritage of where we dress like royalty, where we don't have the baby mama drama. You don't have to go get no brother for no child support. You don't have to be fighting in the street with his baby mama. Right? Go ahead.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
Read.
That I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
So being that we forgot our heritage, the way the black women and black men live today is a lifestyle that our oppressors have given to us.
Our oppressors have taught us how to dress promiscuously. Our oppressors has taught us how to eat the foul foods. That's not part of our heritage. The black and brown woman, man and woman, they never used to eat pig. They never used to eat shrimp. These are animals that God created to clean the earth. But now our white America and the other nations has included that as part of our heritage. You eat shrimp?
Yeah.
You eat shrimp, right?
You know shrimp is the same family as cockroaches?
Same thing. Same family as cockroaches, right? So you like eating cockroaches? So God said you're not supposed to eat it. Let me tell you, hold on, here's one more thing. Dietary law. You know what a dietary law is? What you're supposed to eat and what you're not supposed to eat. All right? So this is the law we got. If you eat, you know that bacon and pork has no nutritional value in there? You leave it out for a couple hours, you start seeing maggots come out of it. That's a law we got to bring back, because bacon is not part of our heritage. Our heritage was to eat clean foods. Give me that.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 9. These shall eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and any living thing is in the waters, they shall be an abomination.
I know you got your friend with you. We were talking to your friend, right? We're talking about our culture and our heritage. Do you think that's important to know? You think so, right? You go to church? You used to when you was younger? All right, let me ask you a question. This would be fun for both of y'all to know. What color is Jesus?
It's just like, I don't think it's...
Come closer, come closer, come closer.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Who's that on this sign right here? Who's that? That's Jesus, right? So, you know the color of Jesus. What color do they tell you Jesus is? White. Okay. Now, this is the book of God, the Bible.
There was no one ever that's been able to prove that Jesus is a Caucasian man in the Bible. So, if I teach her that Jesus is black, would you call that racist? Why wouldn't you call it racist?
Because there's nothing like proving that he's black.
Exactly. And the fact that we don't know his true image, our community, our people, we hate each other. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show you, and you tell me from your words, which the Bible's going to describe how Christ looks like, right? And you tell me which one fits that description better. You ready? All right, let's go. Revelation.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
Read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So Christ is about to be revealed. The angels came and showed the Apostle John how Christ looks, so that way he'll know him. Read.
Which God gave unto him to shew his servants things which must surely come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel.
So he sent his angels to show him how he looks. Read.
Unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of God.
Okay, jump to the point.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So let me ask you a question. The Bible said Jesus Christ, his hair and his hair was white like wool. Which one of these images fit that description? That one. So that's the Bible. We're not making it up. Read on.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His what?
His eyes were as a flame of fire.
Read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So my sister, we didn't touch on that with you right now. So perfect time to touch on it. I don't know, you feel uncomfortable right now?
No, I just got that appointment to make.
Okay, all right, let me just finish this and I'm gonna let you go. So I'm asking your friend, if we teach our people the truth of the Bible, is that racism? That's my question. And y'all answer that when I'm done. Now, his head and his hair was white like wool. Which image fits that description? That one, read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. And his voice as the sound of many waters.
So it says his feet. Is your feet the same color as your body? Is the top of your feet the same color as your body? Right. So it says Christ's feet was onto the color as fine brass. What color is brass? What color is brass?
I don't know.
Brass, copper. What color is copper?
Copper?
Give me that image. It's brown. It's brown. Now, what happens if you take anything brown and burn it in a furnace? What color does it turn?
I don't know.
If you burn anything, what color does it turn? Huh? No, it's already brown. If you burn it, what color is it going to turn?
Green?
Green? You ever burn something and it turn green? See, that's how I know. You don't be cooking that much. You cook?
I mean, not cook, but like not really.
Alright, so if you cook, you're a good cook. You never burned anything while cooking?
No.
Alright, so you're a good cook. But when you cook anything or you put anything in the oven for too long, you making chocolate chip cookies, you leave it in the oven for too long, what color is it going to turn if it's burnt?
Black.
Black. So meaning the Bible's giving us description of how Christ looks like. So us teaching our people the true image of Christ, is that racism? Is it racism?
No.
No, it's not. Because we got to know our identity. She knows her identity. She knows her lineage, but we don't. We involve in all type of things, all right?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.